Hey folks, this is Vagrant. Welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Oblivion, and welcome to our weirdly placed Deep Scum prisoner. Who is... There we go. I figured you should be here for the moment we hit 100 alteration. You've unlocked more arcane secrets of altering the fabric of reality. You can now cast all alteration spells. Alteration is maxed out. We still haven't leveled up though. So, the next stage, as I say, is to start working on... Conjuration. Now, annoyingly... Let me get full magic and we'll see. Conjuration can be a little bit annoying, because if it's summoning an entity, if it's summoning like a scamp or something, I can do it over and over again. But if I'm summoning armor or weapon, I have to wait until it fades. There might be a way to get rid of it, but I don't know what it is. Let me just see if I've got any good conjuration ones first. Doesn't look like it. We could go make our own. Maybe I can summon a scamp for like 1 second or something. Let's go try that. Let's see if we can make a good conjuration spell to kick things off. And then we will get back into the Fighters Guild, and our little 1 second scamp can... that was my nickname in college. Our little 1 second scamp can help us out along the way. Oh, well, you also need to... Dear God, it's a mud crab. That was a mud crab. Actually, before we do, we're very close to leveling up, so we need to go and level up our speechcraft. Which means I probably once again need to Google speechcraft trainers, because God knows I can never remember where it is we're going. We're going to the last in the church. I remember that much. Bear with me, folks. Illusion, marksman, I know the alphabet. Security, sneak. Speechcrafts, okay. Oh, is it Tandalway that we... Oh, it is Tandalway. It's Tandalway now. So we're going to the Temple District, which exists. There it is. She's in the Temple of the One, Tandalway. She's the one that we did the mission for, to go and talk to all the beggars. Presumably, because our speechcraft is a little bit too high to be taught by everybody else. Tandalway?
Hello.
Hello, Tandalway.
Well met. You've got a lot to learn.
Persuasion, oh, so we've just hit 75. Persuasion, wheedling, cajoling, and coercing are all tools of speechcraft. They are tools you seek to excel in. You are now an expert of speechcraft when trying to persuade a character. The irony of me messing up saying the words expert of speechcraft when trying to persuade a character, bribery costs half of what it would normally. It's not bad, you know.
Take care.
And we can level up. Oh, is there a bed in here? Like
You've got quite.
I need to do this and then come talk to her again, basically. Good old Tandalway. Tell you what we can do. We can nip down to the waterfront. Stay in our old classic bed. And then we'll come back and get another 5 levels from her. Thanks, Tandalway. I have to imagine she's Welsh, you know? My blessed little... I know we use the other one because it's got everything we need and it's got more room, yada yada. But this will always be my favourite home, I think. Well, she'll still be there. The results of hard work and dedication always look like luck, but you know you've earned every ounce of your success. I need more. Come on, man. What am I gonna do with my points after all this, honestly? I'm mainly focusing on willpower just so we can level up with more spells, honestly. Seems like the logical thing to do. Back to Tandalway. Might be a little bit too late now, we'll see. I don't know if she can train us all the way up to 100 as a master, as she is a mastress. I don't want to call her a mattress, really. Seems a bit
It is
rude.
It's my pleasure. I'm
Oh.
willing to teach if you're
As long as it
willing
keeps
to
going up.
learn.
What's at
Farewell.
82?
Good to see you.
Right, so let's go make a spell. And then off to the Fighters Guild. Can't remember what I'm doing with the Fighters Guild. Do we have a quest? Yes. Right. Up to Frostcrack. No, I would not be able to make any spells if I didn't have Frostcrack Spire. The only way we can do this without the DLC is to... there is a spell-making altar, but it's in the university, so you have to sort of progress through the Mages Guild first before you can do all this. Typically. Not typically nonsense. Doing our own thing. Let's see if this is going to work. I don't know if this is going to work, by the way, but I want to try it. I don't know if I can even make conjuration spells. Can I make conjuration spells? Oh, maybe I can't. Well, I can make bound daggers and such. I think it's worth just kind of dealing with these until we hit 25. I think as soon as I hit 25, I'll be able to do at least another summon. So until then, I'm going to have to sort of suffer through, well, the slightly annoying conjuration spells. Like... boots. Yeah. See, I can't cast it again, so... it's going to take a little bit of time, but it's fine. It means we don't have to cast it very often, and we can just let it tick down, and every now and again we'll bound some boots, you know? Bind some boots. Boots and... what is it? Boots and cats? Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats. Oh, it's not eating any of my mana. What is my conjuration skill? Should probably look at the right thing. It's gonna take so long. It's gonna take so long. Oh, whatever. Back to Corral. We'll get there. I should have made a new spell. I should have made a longer... but that's the thing. I could make a new spell, but I would be making a longer duration bound spell. So, does it really make a difference? Not really. Ah, well. We're in no rush, eh? Always rushing through life. Like a Russian. Who's outside? Bears? Where you at, buddy? Can I talk to you outside? It feels wrong to talk to you like a civilian.
Did you hear Dietz?
You need to finish out the contract with Vienna Amelian in Water's Edge. What's the status?
It's done, lad. It's done.
Paid her debt off yourself, did you? Not gonna get rich that way, meat. Still, the job's done. Here's your payment.
I'm already kind of rich, lad.
You're due for advancement. I hereby name you Protector of the Fighters Guild. I've been told to send you to call.
For God's
Go
sake,
to
man.
it.
Why did he always do this? Just bandying me around. Being passed around from person to person. It's just like college all over again. Arm update. It hurts today, but it hurts less today. I think I just pulled the muscle in my forearm, to be honest, but I just pulled quite a long muscle. I can't train today, but I don't think it'll knock me out for longer than till Sunday.
You have the hands of an illusionist.
Alright.
Good day.
Ah,
I've got another job for you. Slightly off the record. You'll be going on a mission with Varanus Daunton. Yes, the Guildmaster's son.
I knew that.
You're to accompany him and make sure he succeeds. He needs some time in the field to get his confidence up, or he'll never become a good warrior. Valena coddles the boy too much. Doesn't want him in the line of fire. Suppose it's no surprise, after Vitellis. Valena Daunton's eldest son. Good man. We lost him on a botched mission recently. You've probably seen the other wounded around. If you're smart, you'll steer clear of the subject around the Guildmaster. Perhaps you and I will have time to discuss it more later. His mother's been holding him back, protecting him. You'll go to Nunwell Cavern with him. Galtus Previa was lost there, and you're to find him. And not a word of this to the Guildmaster. Go find him. He'll be in the Darntarn house, most likely. And bring him back in one piece. Time's wasting.
Alrighty. Not a problem. Well, I say no problem. I'm going to talk to him, and then I'm going to tell him to stay here. Go do it. Yeah, maybe he's meant to come with me, but the game's not going to recognize that, I'm pretty sure. This is a very nice house. Again, there.
Greetings, guildmate. What can I do for you?
Pip pip.
A mission? Well, of course. I'm sure we can do this. You say this came from Orain himself? Well, perhaps I should speak with Mother first.
Your mother's not to no time. We've got to go.
Oh, I'm prepared. Of course. I'm sure there's no need to speak to Mother at all. Let's go.
So old to behave the way you do.
I'm with you. Let us be on.
Oh, I can't make him wait. I have to keep him alive. Oh, no. Oh, no. I was really hoping I could just store him somewhere safely. This makes me nervous.
Okay. You? Fine.
Alright. Come on, then.
A coin for an old beggar?
Arr. You've had enough of my coins, beggars. Got a... Oh, beautiful. That's a weird-looking Minotaur. Gotta pull yourself up by your bootstraps and overcome a horrible capitalistic society and system. Oh, it's a lord. Not anymore, it's not. Did you just hear that? Was that a car? What's that noise? I hear something terrifying outside, but I've got my headset in, so I can only barely hear whatever that terrifying noise is. Right, I don't know where he is, but that's a positive. I'm hoping he isn't standing outside. I can get there, get the mission done. He doesn't need to know. He doesn't need to know. It's not because I don't trust him compared to anyone else. It's just I don't trust anyone compared to anyone else. Non-will cavern. Oh, he's not here. If we arrive at normal cavern, we'll have to find out what happens to Galtus Previa. I should make sure no harm comes to him. How am I meant to do this?
We must find Galtus Previa. He must be here somewhere.
Indeed. Do you want to stay? Ah!
I'm with you.
No. Is this what they do? It's what they give the game away, you know? Like he just charges in like a lunatic. Look at he's running for miles. There's an enemy half a... Right, let me just... Get out of the way. Cannot see a bloody thing, doodah. Game crashed. I was too optimistic. Right, I need to run ahead of him. Try to kill them all before he gets down here. Stab, stab, cut, parry. Sort of, not really. God, I might die at this rate, Jesus. Right, we did it, we did it. I mean, I did it, but that's fine. They're dead, so that's what matters. I just took that meat, but whatever. You okay, buddy? Okay, let's go. Yeah, one sec. I literally can't see a thing. I don't know if it's... The game is obviously dark and there's no light in here, but also my curtains are open, so... The sun. It's a deadly laser. Chamber of the Titans. interesting. Like, most games are logical enough that if you crouch, oh, that looks awesome. Your companions crouch. This game does not do that. As long as I get in first and stand in front of him, I can time through the hits. I'm gonna have to re-equip this one. Can you please?
You're pathetic!
They're standing inside each other. It makes my life very difficult. Oh.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
Oh, I should have finished off with the bow there. He's alive. He's alive. That's all that matters. He's still alive. I'm not worried about any other aspect of this mission other than the kid getting killed. In terms of the crash, what I suspect is going on, there is another patch coming out at 1.2. And it's the performance patch. And I believe one of the things it fixes is when you use your bow and arrow to paralyze an enemy, and then you shoot them again, sometimes that causes a crash. And I believe that is getting fixed.
That's the best you can do?
Okay, I mean, he does some damage, you know. I'll give him that much. Oh god, he's got 2 trolls on him.
Tell me what you've got!
Bloody Nora. Can we wait an hour? No. So that might have been what just crushed me, just then. Another cool thing the patch does, however, it doesn't just... Oh, there's a staircase. Doesn't just do performance things. There's a little change to the Dark Brotherhood. The door into the Dark Brotherhood is not very impressive in this version of the game, compared to in the old Oblivion where it was red and ominous. And they fixed the lighting, and also fixed the number of children, because we found the corpse of Galtus Previa. Oh. Okay.
Tell me what you've got! I fought mud crabs more fearsome than you.
And very famously, there should only be 5 children for the Dark Brotherhood, right? And there's I don't know how many there are on the thingamajiggy, but I think there's 6 or 7 on the one at the moment, so they just got it wrong basically when they were redoing things. I think they just figured it isn't important, and they just kind of redid the design to update it for modern computers for the modern game and got it wrong essentially, and didn't really think about it. Didn't really think the numbers were relevant to the lore, which they are. They are part of it. But the main thing for me is the lighting. The lighting used to be this dark crimson, really ominous looking, and in the remake, we might go check it out so you can see the before and after before the patch comes out. The patch is out in beta right now, but I haven't jumped on the beta one, so. At the moment, it's quite light and yellowish and orangish. It looks okay on the other side, but on the outside, it's just not. It's not the right vibe. So, looking forward to seeing that little update. A shame it didn't happen a lot earlier. They've been very slow at fixing this game, I'll say that much. Right, did it, gang, and he didn't die. Where are we? Where are we? I can't spell apparently. A, B, C, D. Where am I? There they are. Just didn't see him. I do not understand how I don't level this up so much faster than I do, honestly. The amount of repairing I'm doing, and I'm getting one bloody... Like, everything is broken, and I get a single level. I don't know. I feel very speedy all of a sudden. Why am I so speedy? Oh, I think the bound boots have a speed boost on them, actually. Based on what I'm seeing. Hey, Shadowmate, I'm sorry I don't really use you at all, buddy. I do love you, though. But at least you're safe. You know, that's got value. At least you're safe. I'll sacrifice a lot if it means nobody else gets hurt for my sake, you know? Dum 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 dum.
You're back. What have you found out about Galter's previous disappearance?
Oh, he's so dead.
Dead? Damn! What got him?
Damn! There are creatures inside.
I suppose that's it then. Odd that there weren't creatures around the body, though. And that it hadn't been eaten. I'll pay Donton for his contract. And I've got this for you. Good work getting him back in one piece. I might make a real soldier of you yet.
That is interesting.
I'm going to need you to find Maglir again. The little fetcher.
Oh.
That's right. The little vermin has defaulted on another contract. I need you to go babysit him again.
That's what I get for protecting him.
Wish I knew what happened. He had a contract for a local mage in Bravil. Didn't seem like a particularly difficult assignment. He hasn't reported to the client at all. Get yourself down to Bravil and find Maglir. Make sure that contract of his gets done. And send him to me. Stop staring at me. Let's get to work.
What is it?
I can't help it, my friend. I cannot help it. It's so pretty. Pretty pretty. What the hell is that? I can hear it just outside of my ear cone of vision. This I don't know what's going on. I'm sure it's just some form of machinery. Bravil. Bravil. Scusi, scusi. I mean, I hope you can't hear it, frankly. I'm gonna take my headset off for a sec. I think it's a saw. Or a drill. Might be a drill, actually. It's a drill. I can hardly complain. I run the air compressor for Bite Force at this time of day all the time, and the air compressor is louder than anything in here. It's so loud. I wear 40 decibel reducing ear guards when I run the air compressor. And I can go 2 rooms away, shut both doors, and still hear it. It is so loud that when I tried to record it, I was trying to show someone on Discord how loud the air compressor is. I tried to record it and my phone just couldn't comprehend the noise. It just recorded 0 noise at all because it was so loud. It was incomprehensible to the phone.
Morning, ma'am.
Morning.
Maglir. I think I've seen him. Try in the Lonely Suitor Lodge.
Will do.
You too.
God, it's very helpful. It's very unrealistic. I say that I haven't really had any bad ones with the police other than a couple little occasions, you know. But it's getting worse and worse.
Do not fear. I will assist you however I can.
I'm so scared, Bogram. I'm so scared. Maglia.
Good
How are
morning.
You're a sneaky-looking sort.
you? Racist.
You again. I imagine I know why you're here, Guildrat.
Maglia, I kept you going. You know, I helped you out last time.
Defaulted? That all you talk about? I'm Blackwood Company now. Plenty of work, the pay is good, and I don't have Orain on my back all the time.
You are without honor.
Honor, huh? I prefer feeding my family. I figure I owe you one for covering for me, so I'll let you leave. Get moving before I forget myself.
Oh, Maglia, the temptation to kill you right now is overwhelming.
What is it?
If anyone ever says I'm going to do you a favor, like return the favor by not hurting you or something, or by not fighting you, I'm basically like, fuck that, let's rumble. I'm not having that at all, thank you very much. Right, what's my mission now? Okay. What's the next step here?
The Grey Fox protects you.
He does.
Well met.
State your business.
I need the mage.
What are you looking?
Mage.
The Fighters Guild.
No.
Goodbye.
Oh, let's go. So it's Maglia again, I guess. Maglia.
Good morning.
Where's the mage, Maglia? That's all I need to know.
Sneaky-looking sort.
Racist!
Oh, look. You again. Someone removed those gauntlets from the chapel. You're wasting your time.
What do you want?
Information, I guess.
The Mythic Dawn have been leaving notes in Talos Plaza. I hope no one believes their lies. Farewell.
Oh, I've got a quest for that. Oh, sweet.
How are you?
I don't know what to do, folks. I no longer know what I'm meant to be doing. Should I go... Like, there's not... He's told me he's no longer a member of the Fighters Guild. Tired of trying to scrounge up work, he joined the Blackwood Company. That doesn't give me any information. That gives me nothing about what to do next. There's literally no indication of what the next step would be. I mean, I guess I could go back to Irene. I guess I'll go back to him. Where was he? Is he in Coral or is he... Oh, no, I don't know. He's not in Anvil. Anvil's Azan. It's Coral or it's... Shane Hall. I think it's Coral. Where's Coral? There's Coral. Come on, then. Hopefully he gives me some information of some description. If not, I think we probably need to go to the Blackwood Company or just hunt down this mage somewhere. Let's see what he says. Hello? Hello? Come on.
What's the... Yes? I assume you've spoken to that lout Maglia.
I sure did.
The little bastard! We took him in when no one else would. This is how he repays us? Talk to Ari in Bravil. She's our client. Do the job.
Will do.
Stop staring at me. Let's get to work.
Does seem slightly unnecessary to make me go there, come back, and then go there again, but it's not a big deal. You know, it is what it is. Gonna let my boots tick down, as I often do. Hello. Everyone's talking about the hero of Kvatch. That's me. I'm so famous. There we go. What was I going to talk about? I was going to talk about myself, obviously. I can't remember what the context was going to be. So there's actually a lot going on at the moment in my life that I need to talk about. Where's my therapist when I need him? I nearly had a therapist last year. I nearly finally started doing therapy. But I didn't have a GP at the time. I hadn't had a doctor. You know, in England at least you have a GP, you have your specific doctor at a specific medical place. And
I overheard someone say that Alaron Loesch is missing.
oh no.
I don't know what happened to him. His wife, Ursane, is beside herself with grief. Be seeing you.
That's a hell of a reaction.
Hello, associate.
Reign of Burning Dogs. Oh, it's My Little Mission, isn't it? Yeah, the prophecy one.
It's about time someone from the Fighters Guild showed up. I've got work for you to do. I need imp gall for my research.
Well, this attitude isn't going to help you out.
I need imp gall for my studies. 10 portions of it, in fact. Since I hired the Fighters Guild, I expect you to get it done. And carefully, please. You might check Robbers Glen Cave for the imp gall. That place has been known to contain the imps.
I really don't love this attitude.
I just don't trust them. I know they're efficient, a bit too efficient for my liking. Some endeavors demand time and care. I'll be waiting right here.
Alright. I mean, I probably already have 10 imp goals, so let's go check. But I mentioned a while ago, some of you may remember, that there was this potential job. Basically, my dad is looking for work because he hates the firm he's with. His business got bought out, and then he stayed on as like a high-level executive with the company, but he hates them. So he's trying to leave and find a new job. And part of the thing he wants to do at this new job is run a sort of an offshoot company that would tie into the work. And if he does, the idea is that I would run the social media and the graphic design and the video editing and all of that stuff, basically. God, I've only got 2. That really surprises me, actually. I'm usually pretty well stocked. Alright, we'll need to go find 8 imp goals, I guess. And I would take a modest sum to do so, but I would handle all the work. In that regard, do logo design, website design, maintain the website, social media posts, yada, 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 and try to build this business. And for a long, long time, that looked like it wasn't going to be on. It just didn't look like it was going to be a thing. You know, we weren't hearing back from the guy. And it's still not definitely a thing whatsoever. It's still very, very up in the air. But... oh no, Shadowmere! Minotaur to grow. Oh. Ah. Can't kill me. I've got bound boots. Well, at least they're coming after me and not my horse, I suppose. There's so many of them. What the hell? I should have come here. I should have gone somewhere else. It's gonna take bloody ages, this. They're not particularly threatening, it must be said, but they are hardy. Oh, and there's a bear as well. Well, whoever owns this grove is not going to be a happy chappy. But it looks like that might be back on again. And it was a big deal for me because... things, you know, when this first started to become like a potential topic, things weren't necessarily going that well for me on the Best in Slot channel, right? And now things are going a lot better now than they were. Things have improved a lot. But with Rebirth out and sort of done with, I'm still, I'm keeping an eye on things. I'm a little bit apprehensive still. I'm not out of the woods, you know. There were months last year, I'll just be honest about these kind of things. There was a month last year where I made literally £1,200. Literally £1,200 in a month. You know, we're talking less than minimum wage by like a fairly substantial margin. It's just not, it's not money you can live on. You know, if I get a mortgage and it's £800 a month, that's ignoring food and council tax and electricity and like just bills alone would take me above 1,200. So I was in a spot above. I didn't really know what I was doing. You know, I felt quite lost and a little bit scared, I'm not gonna lie. That's something that's going to have to change in a fairly major way. And then I sort of doubled down on the Rebirth stuff and did all this other stuff, and this year's been a lot better so far. But I'm also aware that I have benefited from Rebirth coming out and how hard I focused on it. And that... how the hell? And that whilst that's been really good for me, it's also kind of over now, right? It's done. Rebirth is finished. I'm still benefiting a little bit. I'm doing videos now and again, but things are going to settle down a little bit. I'm going to make less money. Now, as long as I don't go back to making 1,200, I should be okay. But my point really is, YouTube is, as I'm sure you're aware, just very, very unpredictable. It's a hard... Hangman's Noose. It's a hard business to count on, you know, when things are... If you're not like one of the big boys making tons of cash, it's not always that reliable, you know? Money goes up and down, and sometimes you're going to have rough times, and sometimes you're going to have good times. So what I've been trying to do is find something else I can bring in to kind of even if just for a few years, let me save up a bunch of money, pay off most of the mortgage. Like, if I could get the mortgage down to like a tiny little baby mortgage, then, you know, it would be okay regardless, kind of thing. So I'm saving up to buy a house. That's what I've talked about. It's going all right. It's going fine. I'm getting there. Slowly but surely. But, this would go a very, very, very long way to making it much, much more possible. Regardless of what happened with the channel, it would give me this, like, safety net, basically. So it's a big deal for me, psychologically. And if YouTube keeps going well and I get this, then it means I can funnel away lots of money, maybe rent for a year instead and save up a bigger deposit and, you know, really smack down that mortgage size, all this kind of jazz. You know, there's a lot of benefits. So, as much as it's a bigger deal for my dad, I'm not going to pretend otherwise. It's his job and his life at the end of the day. It's a big deal for me work-wise. It really is. And I'm praying that it works out. I really am. How are we doing on imp gold? We've got to be nearly there, right? I should have been counting. One more to go. Let's get this chest first. If the job does happen, things will probably change on this channel. We'll probably be going to 1 video a day just because... oh my god, hello. That's ominous, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Spooky son of a bitch. Right, I don't want to shoot you while you're like this. There's no imps. Oh my god. He's actually terrifying. I mean, he's not very spooky. But, visually he's very spooky. I'll give him that much. This is for this chest. Oh, yeah, okay. I still need a little bit of cash every now and again. Oh, forgot my booties. But yeah, it'd be a big deal, so I'm kind of low-key just praying for that now. And that's going to change my plans entirely. Because right now I'm kind of saving up to buy this house. I'm going to manage. By the end of this year, I should have enough money to buy a house. To get together a big enough deposit for the house. I guess is more what I mean, really. Oh, I picked up a soul gem. God damn it. Oh, there we go. Imp gold done. I mean, I guess we could save far more imp. Oh, nice. See you later. Yeah. How do I get out of here? I don't know. It would change things a lot. Because this is a funny thing. I, like most people, I'm very big on the idea of buying a house. I don't want to keep paying rent. Rent is expensive. And it feels rubbish renting a place. It really does. I'm so tired of it. Because I'm losing all this money a month and it doesn't go anywhere. It goes to some dickhead who bought a house. That's where it goes, you know. And that is largely true for landlords. They're not, you know, I mean, there are good people who are landlords out there, but they are not very common. There's a certain type of person who loans out loads of houses and, you know, But the money going to them feels bad. You're just not putting it towards anything. You know, it's just money going into the void. And it gets you down. It's a little depressing, yeah. Bandito. I have boots now, Bandito. What will you do?
Am I supposed to be impressed?
By my boots, yeah.
This ends here.
Not dead. So, you know, it's nicer to buy a mortgage. Now, funnily enough, because of the APR on mortgages, typically, let's say you get like a 5% mortgage. So that's the interest you're paying on your mortgage. Typically, mortgages, money-wise, aren't necessarily the best investment. I don't know why we're talking about this, but we are. Just in case you're like sitting there wondering how you're going to spend your you've been scrounging away your money, you're not sure what you want to do, what's the most efficient way to spend your money. Technically, mortgages aren't that efficient. Usually it's better, as in you'll get more money. If you put the money for a house deposit away into like a stocks and shares account and you just pay rent instead, you'll pay more in total, blah, 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 blah. But because typically a well-portfolioed stocks and shares account will make more money than the interest rate of the mortgage, you would gain more. I don't really know that much about this, but typically you would gain more money. You would be more efficient with your cash. But there is this nice sense of sort of safety and freedom and stuff with paying off a mortgage. Like if I could pay £500 a month for the mortgage, it'd be so great. It'd be so beautiful. It really would. So my hope is this job works out. What I'll do is I'll rent for a year, try to double, like basically all the money from this job would go straight into my house deposit, and then I can buy a house and have a small mortgage and just feel a little bit comfier, you know? That's the plan anyway. We'll see how it goes. It's not a guaranteed thing, so I do have to keep working.
Well, have you found that imp gall for me yet? I've got some research I need to get to.
I have.
You've got it. Looks fresh, too. I realize you'll be paid by your superior, but take this as well. It might come in handy in your work. Next time, on time, please.
Excuse me? Grand Ring of Ages. That sounds good. What do you do when you're at home? 18% shield. I don't think that's better than what I've got, is it? Nope. It's good, though. I mean, technically, I should be able to wear 10 rings. I'll probably be a little bit broken. And to add on to all of this, I've got this. I'm going to keep talking about myself. I apologise. As we go and flog some stuff. A lot of you will know that I've wanted to do law for a long time. I've kind of bandied around doing law a lot of times. I've got a HE diploma in law. I got full distinction on because I'm a genius, etc., etc. And I very specifically want to go into being a barrister. That's always been my goal. I don't really have any interest in being a solicitor whatsoever. I want to be in court representing and fighting blah, 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 blah.
Good.
And
only quality goods for sale here.
I've been thinking about it a lot more lately. Obviously, this would take a long time. Before it replaced YouTube, this would be years and years and years down the line, so no panic. But there are basically two ways for me to get into law at the moment. I'm gonna just straight up sell this. It kind of feels weird to do so.
You drive a hard.
I'm never gonna use it, so. Two ways in. I can either actually just go back and do a law degree. Now, thankfully, because I've already got a degree, I can do graduate entry. So even part-time, the degree would take 4 years rather than 6. Or full-time, it would only take 2 years. You know, it'd be speedier than it usually would be because it's graduate entry. And they just assume that you kind of know the basics of writing an essay and that you're intelligent enough on a basic level to get through a degree. You can probably jump in a little bit later in the law degree, right? Which I would like to think is true. I would like to think that is very much the case. But you can also do something called the PGDL, which is a postgraduate diploma in law, and it's like a conversion course. If you've already got a degree, and you do need a degree in something else first, but if you've already got a degree, you do a 1-year conversion course that basically just hammers the entire law curriculum into a single year. Really intense stuff, but you get done in a year. Now, you can do that part-time. That would take 2 years. Sure. Drain health, 130 points for 3 seconds on touch. Now, I didn't think I could do the PGDL. But it turns out I might be able to. Which means, in theory, I could be ready to do the bar exam in a year's time. Well, 2 years' time, because you do a year on the bar course afterwards. So, in 2 years' time, I could be ready to... I could graduate as a barrister, essentially, which is crazy to think about.
Get your black horse courier here.
And, actually, I'll go recharge my stuff while I'm here. And the problem is, that costs about £11,000. And that's doing it online, you know, So it's £11,000 is a lot of money. It's nearly £1,000 a month. I do not have £1,000 a month that I can spare when I'm trying to save up for a house, when I'm going to be paying a mortgage. I don't have that kind of money at all.
Just keep your goodbye.
So even doing part-time, we're talking £500-600 a month, and even that is stretching it. You know, that's a lot of money to spend every month when you're also trying to pay for a house and survive and pay bills and also do other things with your life. Now the degree, because it's over, the degree is the exact same price, but because it's over 4 years, it's a lot cheaper, you know, per month. It's something I could handle. So I've been looking at getting loans and stuff, blah, 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 blah. But if this job worked out, I could pay to do the PGDL, in theory. I would be able to afford to do so. I would then once again be poor, but at least I would be able to pay for the PGDL. And in theory, if I did that part-time, then in 3 years' time, I would graduate from the bar exam, assuming I passed everything. But I'm always going to assume that I would pass everything, I'm afraid. I don't see why you would do something if you didn't assume you were good enough to do it anyway. But I'm very much weighing up my entire future right now, basically. And I love doing YouTube, but it's so up and down, and it's so hard to know whether, you know, am I going to be able to do this in 20 years' time? It seems unlikely. It really does. That does not seem likely to me at all. So I need to start thinking about what comes after all of this.
What's the story on Maglir and his contract? What is it? Shouldn't you be taking care of Maglir's contract?
And that's what I've always wanted to do.
I can't believe we lost another to that bunch. Well done taking care of the contract, though. We can't afford to lose any of them these days. Here's your payment for completion of the contract. I think it's time for us to discuss the Blackwood Company a bit.
Okay.
They weren't always a threat. Small-scale mercenary band, until Reza Kar took over. Then came the fat Imperial contracts. After a mission in Blackmarsh, they set up shop in Leowin, more ruthless than ever. It needs investigating. First, though, you need advancement. Your service to the Guild has not gone unnoticed. Henceforth, you will carry the rank of Defender. Bear the title proudly.
He's beginning to like me.
I've got something for you, but we're not going to talk about it here. I want you to meet me at my house after sundown. We'll talk more then.
Modern, I like you, but I don't know if I like you like that, if I'm totally honest. But anyways, yeah, that's what I'm dealing with at the moment. Just trying to decide my entire future. Like, I'm older than a lot of people who go back to uni and stuff like that, but, you know, I was thinking about this the other day. Yeah, okay, I would have liked to graduate in law 10 years ago, but I've still got, like, 35 years of work ahead of me, like, a career. It's a long-ass time. I'm only, in theory, less than a quarter of the way through that working time. It seems very silly to write off the possibility of doing something I would love to do for the rest of my life because I would be starting a little bit late, you know? You've got to be willing to bite the bullet, I think. I think if I didn't try to go for this, I'm trying to decide if I do the DL or a degree, because the degree will be easier because it's part-time and also it's a degree. The PGDL is going to be intense, even part-time. Trying to balance whether I think I can afford either of them, whether I get a loan. Blah, 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 basically. But I think if I didn't go for any of it, I think if I didn't try any of it, I would regret it. I think I would really regret it. Like, if I was looking back at the end of my life, and I thought, yeah, I should have gone for that. It's something I'm good at. I know I'm good at it. I think it suits me well. There's a lot of reasons why it's on my list. And I want to defend people. I do. What I want to do is criminal defense law, because people are like, oh, you'll be defending murderers. Rah, shut up, nerd. You can't see it as defending criminals. That's not the point of criminal defense law. The point of criminal defense law is to ensure the justice system is doing its job correctly. And that doesn't just protect criminals. That protects absolutely everyone. That protects you watching this video. You have to trust that police are going to be ethical in how they handle a case, and no one's going to be set up and all this kind of nonsense, and that evidence will be processed properly, because otherwise how can you trust it to happen? You know, people are like, oh, well, we don't need to protect murderers, or we don't need to protect rapists, and we don't need to protect lemon stealers, but when they come for you, you'll wish that they had protected those people, because that kind of protection needs to be universal or it doesn't work at all. You can't say, oh, well, this guy probably did it, this guy's a murderer, we can let the police off with how they behaved this time around. We can let the Crown Prosecution Service off with how they perform this time around. That's not how it works. You can't pick and choose your battles. Everyone has to have the same standard of defense, or nobody has any standard of defense. Ah!
Good, you're here. We've got duties to attend to.
This is what I mean. This is why I want to do this. I care about this a lot. It's one of like the big things in my life.
We'll talk later. Meet me at my house after dark.
Modrin!
I'm relying on you.
Modrin! What do you think this is, mate?
Good. I've been looking into them. Heard some disturbing things. We know they're a danger to us, and we know they're good at what they do. Velena's gotten tentative since the Blackheart mission. She's worried about getting us killed. But we're just getting killed a little bit at a time.
He's very passionate about this, isn't he?
That mission was the start of it. That was when Vitelis was killed. We were contracted by a wizard, Argoth, to recover an artifact from Blackheart. I went in there with 20 men. I left with 5. Vitelis wasn't one of them. He died covering our retreat.
Aww.
I snooped around. Apparently, they completed that contract for us. I went in there with 20 good men. I can't believe that bunch finished the job. There's more. Argoth, he's dead. The artifact gone. Sounds like a setup. Maybe they made a deal with Blackheart. I don't know. But I'll find out.
Interesting.
Now we find out what really happened. And we let it be known. I want to show the people who the Blackwood Company really are. I can't order you to do this with me. It's dangerous, and Velena isn't going to know about it. It's your choice.
I'm in, buddy.
We leave as soon as you're ready. I want to investigate Blackheart's stronghold in Arpenia. Meet me at the Leowen Guild Hall. We'll go from there.
I like you.
Let's go.
He's a good egg. I guess we'll do that in the next video. Apologies again, I've basically just talked about myself for half an hour, but there's a lot on my mind, and this is how I talk about things, you know. I don't really like... I have social engagements and people get a little irritated. I don't really talk about these things with them, but I don't like talking to people about these things, because people try to fix things, people try to help. I don't need help, you know. I just need to process and think it through in my own mind, you know what I mean? And that's not to be dismissive, and that's not to be like, oh, I don't appreciate what people try to do. But at the end of the day, it's my decision, and it's a decision I sort of need to come to about what I'm going to do. And it helps to just say it out loud, if nothing else. So it's better to say it out loud to a video rather than just sitting in my bedroom talking about this out loud to the nether, which seems a little bit strange. Alright, tell you what we'll do. We're going to power level Conjuration for the last 6 minutes of the video. By power level, I mean... I can't go waiting. You know what we'll do? We'll cast and we'll jump around for a little bit. But yeah, anyways. So thank you for listening. I don't know. Stupid YouTube, man. If things were just a little bit better, if things had stayed how they were, like the good old days of 2015, if I hadn't gone on that stupid bloody holiday, I put so much of my direction of my life down to the trip to Costa Rica I took, because things on YouTube were going incredibly well that year. I was raking it in, views were incredible, subscribers were, I was making, I had 30,000 subscribers a month at one point. It was crazy stuff. And then I went to Costa Rica, and I went to Nicaragua, and I was gone for like 2 months and uploaded like 3 videos. And I would never do that now. I would never do such a thing these days. But back then, it was easy YouTube. It was just, I'm just going to play dino games, I'm going to chill, and that's all it took. There was no thought beyond that at all. It was, oh, is there a dinosaur game? Okay, let's play it. We'll do a let's play. That's all it took. And that just is not the YouTube landscape in 2025. And I miss those days so much. You have no idea how much I wish I could go back and redo some of those mistakes on early YouTube, but you know, it's just not how things are. So you've got to roll with the times and try to find new things. I'll talk about Bite Force briefly, because I know I said last week, I think it was that, or the week before, I guess now, that the plan was to launch this week. And it was. I've recorded, as of right now, 28, I think it is. I'm trying to get 25, by the way. 28 Bite Force clips. Now, I'm doing 7 per video on average, so that's essentially 4 videos, and I'm only doing 1 video a week now, and then some shorts, but it's 1 video a week, so it's 4 videos, right? It's a month's worth of videos right there. However, I broke the press. I was using the press to bite into a laptop, and it kept sort of pushing back and sort of slipping because of the, you know, the shell shape of a laptop and how smooth it is. So I was kind of holding it in place, and then I got distracted by something going on with my camera. And what I didn't notice was that the teeth were a little bit loose in... Basically, the teeth were attached to the RAM, and then the RAM goes into the press. And the teeth had come a little bit loose from the RAM. So they started to tilt backward. Like, if you imagine, usually the teeth go down like this, obviously. The teeth started to press sort of like this kind of way, and they were tilting backwards. Because the thing that holds them in here, into the press, the RAM bit here, was loose. They weren't properly in, so they were able to bend this way. And I didn't notice at the time, and they kept bending and bending and bending and bending until they sheared off. There's a bolt in the middle connecting the teeth with the RAM, and the bolt just sheared in half, basically. It was very loud, very spooky in the room at the time, I'll say that much. How I've not been seriously injured yet, I don't know. I have cut myself doing Bite Force. Like, I bleed constantly. Of course, there's glass and shards of plastic all over the place, you know. I've got a box of plasters, which I literally just have next to my press, ready for when I next start bleeding from something. But nothing too bad has happened yet. Now, I got a new bolt, and I believe everything has been fixed up. I need to reattach everything and tighten it all up. But in theory, I should soon... God, this takes ages. I should soon be able to start recording again. I didn't want to start uploading the videos without knowledge that I could keep recording the videos, because, you know, what if I caught up? You know, what if it took more than 4 weeks to fix, and suddenly I've relaunched the channel, and yet I once again have to stop? I don't want to do that again. I don't want to do stop-start anymore. I want to do 3, 4, 5 months of uploads and give the channel a real chance of being a thing. And maybe it'll never be a thing. Maybe all this was for naught. These £10,000 or something that's been spent on this goddamn channel. Maybe it was a terrible mistake and it'll never pay off. But I have to at least try. I have to give it a proper go. So that is the plan. I'm going to hopefully test out the press this week, and then I can get back to it a little bit. Annoyingly, the big relaunch thing is meant to be this skull. I've got this real human skull kind of thing going on. And
Hello.
It was the first thing I recorded. Hello. Oh, I like her. You know, it's like a ballistic gel skull used to test guns. So it's got a skull inside. Well, it's like a human head, and it's got a skull inside it, and it's got blood. It looks really cool. But it was also the first thing I recorded when I came back and I had the new press, and I've got a lot better since then at recording Bite Force. You know, my camera setup is a lot better. I use a different camera now. I use a different setting on my slow motion camera. I've kind of got the angles down a little bit better. I've got a lavalier microphone that I use now so I can react live to what's going on, which I didn't have at the time. And this was this big, expensive thing. You know, this was a couple £100. It was meant to be the big relaunch item, and it's really not a great video. So part of me is thinking I wait till payday in about a week. I buy another skull and I do it again, and I just really hammer in and make sure it's going to be a good first video in that regard. I'm not sure about that quite yet. I've got to be nearly there, right? I'm gonna right. Everyone, make your predictions. How many more Conjuration casts do we have to do? I'm gonna guess 3. That's 1, So if you said 1, you're out, I'm afraid. If you're still watching the video at this time, do I have to believe there's something a little bit wrong with you? Yeah, maybe a little bit. And I don't say that in a judgy way, because at the end of the day, I'm the one making the video, so there's something wrong with all of us. It's fine. 2. Right, so I'm going to suspect it's actually 4 or 5, but I said 3, so it has to be the next one. Or it's over for me. I'm committing Sudoku. But, yeah, so that's a consideration. The company that does the skull, they also do, like, torsos and whole bodies and... Oh, well, I was wrong. So you could always get something else, but they're more expensive. The skull is actually one of the cheaper ones. You can get whole, not even just torsos, you can get like an entire human body. The goal one day is to have like a full life-size T-Rex skull that crushes.
Good day.
So I can bite down on cars and bicycles. Like if the channel ever went proper crazy and popped off, that would be the goal. But that is a long way away. I think the first thing I need to do is get it to start making money. It has to start making enough money to pay for the stuff I crush, because it costs a lot. You know, I pay probably £15 on average per item, which doesn't sound like much. There we go. It was 5. Through steady practice, you have discovered more creatures to summon from the plains of Oblivion. You are now an apprentice in conjuration magic. Let's have a look here. See what we can do. Can I do? Yeah, I can summon a zombie. Right, we're looking for the most expensive one. Scamp. Scamp. But the benefit now is you can do that. Hello, buddy. I can see you there at all. So much easier to level now. And we get a scamp. Very cool. I believe you can use these to train yourself as well. If I punch the scamp will start trying to kill me. So I could have it here ready to, you know, level up my armor and stuff like that, basically. Level up my sneak, maybe? Don't know. So much quicker to level. Probably worth going to make a more expensive scamp spell with like a longer duration maybe, but the point is it's a lot better than it was anyway. Surprised that no one's freaking out. Hello, buddy. Wild looking, aren't you? Like your fairy legs though. That's really nice and fur. Right, anyways, that means I can officially end the video, finally. Apologies for the nonsense. Well, not really, because I know people don't mind the nonsense. I just had a lot to think about. I still have a lot to think about. But that's life, eh? That's what all the people say.
Greetings.
Greetings. Oh, he's got a rat tail. Scamps are weird. Thank you for joining me. Cheers, much love as always. Bye-bye.